So as of lately, I've been trying to build different things in The Sims 4, from like building community lots, building townhouses, building whatever I could think of, but using objects that I don't normally use, especially building in worlds that I don't really visit. And so today I thought, why not build two houses on one lot in Mt.Komorebi that came with Snowy Escape. Now I will say I'm definitely out of the flow of posting and recording videos here on YouTube, just because for the past couple of months I've been very booked and busy with other projects, traveling, charity stuff, podcasting, acting things, taking care of my physical and mental health more. And so YouTube is taking a bit of a back burner on my schedule, even though I've been on the internet literally every single day for the past couple months streaming on Twitch. But I've been posting like one or two full length videos and then a bunch of shorts. And then I end up posting 20 videos all at once on one day, which is not a good thing because that had a lot of repercussions on a lot of different things. But nonetheless, I am back in my groove. I'm back in my flow. I have tons and tons of videos, whether it's like builds, create Sims, gameplay in The Sims 2 and The Sims 4, and just random like wish lists, compilation type videos. Because I've noticed mostly myself is that I've been recording constantly, but I never had like the energy to like edit or upload because of other things that were going on in my life. But I have been having literally the most fun just like creating different things that I normally don't create. Like this townhouse, we had done this on stream a couple of months ago, and I'll link down the VOD in case you want to check it out for yourself to see like the real-time portion without things being cut out. But I will say we were doing this around when the For Rent pack came out, or at least before the For Rent pack came out, to build two townhouses on one lot. And it was kind of interesting because I had found an image on Pinterest that was like a Japanese inspired townhouse. And like we had like a little home on one side and a very skinny townhouse on the other side. And then someone had posted like another Japanese type style, Mount Komorebi build on the gallery. And I will link that build, but also link the origin ID to that other build that I found to kind of get inspiration. Because I've been trying to play a lot of my current households, like Ask Marie O'Connor, my Cats and Dogs Let's Play family, the Larson family was, Finley McCain, and then Haley Dotson and Jaquan Stanford. I have like four current households going all at once because I have all this energy and all this creativity in my brain that I need to get out in my Sims gameplay. And so I've been trying to do like onesie twosie builds here and there and onesie twosie gameplay builds here and there just to kind of get that energy out, if that makes any sense. But this build is for a let's play. And I say it every time, let's plays are coming, but they never happen because I take too long of like creating them because I can never stop creating things because I always think of something new to like put into a build or a sim or the environment. But this is actually one of my most favorites just because it's part of a new pack, and it also I'm using items that I don't normally build with. I'm using a lot more debug and just letting my creativity flow. So this build, I have my notes on the side on my other monitor. I use Notion for literally everything. If I didn't use Notion, I'd be rambling for like 25 minutes, and no one wants to hear that, not even me. But I have three Sims that I've created that I think I've posted either here on the community tab on YouTube or Twitter or somewhere else. Either way, I'm pretty sure I recorded the Create a Sim, so you might see that at some point one of these days. But three Sims have Alana Epstein. I also have Lacey Berman and Nicholas Berman. And if you recognize like the idea of what I'm trying to do for this Let's Play, it's based around my, Aspen Marie O'Connor's life, the O'Connor Diaries, whatever you want to call it. And I've done a machinima about it. I've done several update videos about it. And I just really love that family. And it's crazy to think about Aspen Marie O'Connor goes back to like, I think 2020 or so. So 4 years of playing the same family, but also kind of dabbling into the doctor career, exploring different family dynamics, exploring different worlds for my Sims to experience new life, make new friends, and see where the life takes them. Because Aspen Marie was in college when I first played her, and then she got her degree, and she had like another degree, and she's made friends here and there throughout her life. Her mother, Aspen Diane O'Connor, was also a doctor, but also an actress at the same time. You know, being a beloved doctor in the real world, but also being a beloved doctor in the digital film and TV world, because she played a doctor on screen and a doctor off screen at the same time. How does she juggle it? I don't know, because I didn't play her that much. But and I will say Aspen has made a lot of friends in her time of like college years. And one of her friends is actually named Nicholas Berman, who's 38 years old, an adult, who has a history and language and literature type of degree, which is very cool. Very like, out there for him because he's a creative, he's a genius, and he's also good with the nerd brain aspiration. He's always been like an overachiever in high school, was on the chess club, was on the research and debate club in university. He always had something going on for himself. But it wasn't really until he kind of got out of college, got his nice job as a lawyer in Uptown, which was very good for him because he's made friends along the way. He met Aspen in college, helped her with like some legal things that she needed, especially with her mom passing away and like helping with all of that because he didn't really understand like the entertainment industry, didn't really understand how to go about of like keeping all the assets within the family. But Aspen Marie trusted Nicholas to, help with those things. And so he was like, I'll try, I'll see what we can do. And lo and behold, things worked out very well. But Nicholas actually has a daughter named Lacey Berman, and he used to be married to Macy Herman, last name Berman Herman, thinking of words. He met Macy in university, right kind of like at the tail end of university when she was also a senior and he was a senior graduate at the same time. But Macy kind of dropped out at the last second and decided to go on a very big exploration of going to Silverado, Glimmerbrook, Granite Falls, to like Batu at one point, and just different worlds that kind of give her a sense of excitement, finding crystals, gems, whatever kind of made a quick buck or a quick, scientific, thought to give her a chance to discover new things that weren't being discovered. But with Nicholas and Macy, they had a very good dynamic, a family dynamic. They were very good for each other. They were very compatible. They were always like two peas in the pod. They got married and they had a daughter named Lacey. And Lacey right now is only 9 years old, who's a social butterfly. But Macy didn't really live that long because Macy actually passed away when Lacey was like only 5 years old, when Macy was in Silverado doing an exploration. And we all know jungle adventure is a wackadoo crazy world to begin with. So many things in that temple that you just don't want to be in. Darts, skeletons, traps, wind, fire, everything. You don't want to be there. But it has very good build and buy and good cast. Gameplay is also very good, but deadly. So beware. Trust me, I know I've been in that mistake too many times. But with Silverado and Macy, she always wanted to like kind of find new things, like I said, and she passed away in Silverado, which is not very good. But later on in the years, Nicholas was having a hard time of coping. How was he going to be, a father, a lawyer, and just an overall friend to every people, like all the people in Uptown? And Nicholas he was a good father, but he always relied on other people's help. He had a maid, he had a nanny, he had friends, he had colleagues to take care of Lacey when he was working like hours or traveling different worlds with like lawyer cases. And he was at level 8 of his career. So he was like very, very high prestige lawyer. And I forget what branch he was in, but he was like one of those like attorney type people to help with criminal cases. And he got laid off like soon after Lacey became 9 years old, and he got laid off. He got kicked out of his apartment because he had literally no money, because all his investments that he got through his like, lawyer career and the money that he made was all gone. The company literally went under and took all of his money with them. Like they were very shady people. Would not trust them with my life at all. Don't do it. So he lost all his money. He lost his apartment. He lost his company, card that he could pay bills with and everything, which was totally fine. And he got kicked out. So he had to call up an old client that he knew for so long. And the couple was a very old elderly couple that lived in Mt.Komorebi that he trusted with his everything. And they trusted him with their everything. And this home was their home. And so this couple was like, hey, Nicholas, what's up? Do you need anything? We were, we're going out in the town, we're traveling. And they were like, Nicholas, is everything okay? Like, and Nicholas was like, no, I lost my job. I got laid off. I don't have an apartment anymore. And me and my daughter need to stay somewhere, because Nicholas didn't really have any relatives that he could like rely on. And there wasn't really that many, because he was a single child, only child. And so this couple was like, hey, you stay here, live here, own this property so you can make some more money on the side while taking care of Lacey. Do what you need to do. And he was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And like, they were like, yeah, totally, take the house, do what you need to do. We're moving. We took all of our stuff out of, out of the home to storage. Have fun. And so they signed the contract, because he still, was a little bit of a lawyer on the side before he got laid off, because he kind of had a feeling, safety precaution. Always have one. And so they signed the contract, they signed everything over to him and Lacey, and things were all good in the hood. And of course, they didn't have that much money, and so they kind of loaned him some like furniture that they found, some flea markets, some half off sales, garage sales here and there in the neighborhood that they could get furniture from. And so they don't have like the best furniture right now, but they have enough to get by. And in order for Nicholas to make money and still kind of take care of his daughter, he is a part-time landlord but full-time father. And with him being, a creative genius and a good sim, he has found the good in other people. He was very smart with how to make his money very quickly. And so he hired some type of like marketing genius to help him advertise this next property on the other side of their original home to rent out to other people. And this other person is actually a teenager named Alana Epstein. And so Alana Epstein is a teenager, 16 years old, and actually is studying abroad in Mt.Komorebi from Britechester, because she used to live in Britechester but went to Mt.Komorebi to study abroad to just have a little fun, to see what we could do. And actually, what's really cool about Alana, she's studying to become like a creative genius. She's a music lover, she's a dog lover, and wants to become an actress. So she wants to be in that creative arts of some type. But in order for her to kind of get into that zone and that energy, is that she wanted to go back to Mt.Komorebi, where her grandma used to live and some of her other relatives used to live but are no longer living. So she wants to get back to her roots, back to where her family used to be, but also just have fun with it, experience new life. And when you're acting and when you're doing something creative, you want to travel. You need to sometimes get out of your own bubble, your own zone, to experience new things, to put those experiences into your own craft. And I'm an actor, I'm a voice actor, I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm doing a lot of things at once. But also I'm a YouTuber, and I love building in The Sims. And I find whenever I'm traveling somewhere or talking to someone, or I'm reading barely or listening to an audiobook or a podcast, I like to be able to do a lot of research of how can I create a story, or how can I create a sim or a build in that experience that I learned, if that makes any sense. And so with Nicholas and Lacey and Alana, they have so many different backgrounds. They all come from different, ebbs, ways of life, that they all can help each other. And Alana is an overachiever, and so she likes to try literally anything and everything that she can set her mind to not push herself to the limit, but give her a chance to have fun with what she's doing. And so with Alana, she has another friend on the side that, may or may not be the best person to secretly have in her basement. Because Alana, she has some friends. She has some friends in Mt.Komorebi, in Britechester, other places, because she's an actress. She loves trying new things and, exploring. And Alana, she has an old friend that she decided, saying, hey, you need a place to stay. I've got a basement. I have a Murphy bed. Live down in my basement. Keep it on a hush hush down low. And I haven't really experienced of like what it's like to have a tenant and a landlord, but also like have a secret person living under your home. And so I'm like pretending that they stay here but don't pay anything, and seeing where it goes. And I'm having a lot of fun with like trying out different ways of building. And so I have all of this clutter literally everywhere. And if you know me and my builds, you know I love me some clutter, but I also love me some good old fashioned, like, trying things that are very unconventional and very weird, like adding random cracks and cobwebs and books and, things that are not supposed to be placed just in every nook and cranny corner just to have some fun. But the one thing about Alana, and she is an overachiever, she loves studying about everything. So she's here on a 2 year like type of visa type of way of being here and studying to become an actress, but musical arts, writing, music, guitar, everything. And I always wished that one day in The Sims 4 that we'll get like private school or boarding school or have an option to like study abroad. Like let's say, our sim Milana here studying abroad in like in Mt.Komorebi but came from Bridechester, having that option to like live somewhere else but still kind of have like that experience of high school, if that, I don't know. But I wish we had like those things. Private school, boarding school, homeschooling would be very cool to have. Because I know we had that in The Sims 3 where we had boarding school, but in The Sims 2 and also, well, I guess Sims 2 had private school where we had a bus and uniforms, but Sims 3 had boarding school, send your teens or kids off to another school, they come back a whole new age, which I found very funny, but I was like, okay, that's totally fine. I'm okay with it. So if we ever did get boarding school or private school in The Sims 4, I would want it to be like The Sims 2 where we can vet over the headmaster, feed them dinner, tour the rooms, have conversations about school, work, money, all the things, and the wait until we get approved or denied to get into their worthy establishment. Because I find that stuff kind of fun, especially we can see our kids come and go, like getting on the bus, getting off the bus. But with Sims 4, they would, teleport into the void and then come back into out of the void, if that makes sense. Because like I like to see the chaos, the interactability, but also have like kind of control over what happens at their school with like chance cards, random pop-ups, but also meet their friends and headmasters that they meet every once in a while. But if they're studying abroad in a different like world like Mount Komorebi, it will be like a different vibe, but still have like that full control of controlling like their school, their grades, and then traveling back home over like the holidays, like winter or summer, stuff like that. But on the topic of like The Sims 4 and Discover University and like traveling to different worlds and school, Alana Epstein, like I said, wants to be an actress. And what's so crazy, the other day on Twitter and IMDb Pro, because I'm on every single platform, I found out that they're making a Sims movie, and Margot Robbie, the producer of Barbie and Barbie herself from the Barbie movie, is making the Sims movie. And it's also the production company who made Saltburn and with, Jacob Elordi. And then also being produced by the people who are making the Minecraft movie with Jack Black and, Jennifer Coolidge and some other people. Like, it's insane, but I'm very interested in seeing how it's going to work because a lot of video games are now getting movies. Like Super Mario got a movie, Minecraft is getting a movie, Sonic got a movie, now The Sims is getting a movie. So what is it going to be about? Is it going to be animated, live action? I don't know. But I'm interested because Margot Robbie is a very talented producer, actress, director, everything. But also the people who are writing like the movie, who made season 1 of Loki on Disney Plus, like the writer of season 1 of Loki is writing the Sims movie. So we can only hope there are good things coming out of this. I'm keeping track of everything. I'm putting together some type of like PowerPoint slide for a video where I kind of cast like my ideal people that could be in the movie, who could play Bella Goth, who could play Mortimer, who could play Cassandra, all the iconic Sims. But I'm also thinking of in a alternative, reality of like what it could be about, because it can't just be about The Sims 4. Sims 4 has like little bits of lore here and there with different packs and different Sims, but they have to add in the iconic, Bella Goth's disappearance from The Sims 2 and like adding some Sims 3 lore, some Sims 1 lore, and then if they want to add Sims 4, do it some random shenanigans stuff, do something with that. But I firmly believe that good things are going to come out of this because good people are making it, and so we're crossing our fingers that it'll come out at some point. But I will say though, my friend Plumbella, Jessie, the iconic icon lore queen herself, literally made the Oppenheimer of the Sims franchise. She made a 4-hour literal video aka movie, on her YouTube channel that everyone needs to watch. I'm not like that all the way through it. Like I'm maybe like halfway through of watching the video, the iceberg video. Iconic. If you want to go see it, watch it, please and thank you. You will not regret it because Plumbella deserves an actual Oscar. One, for making that entire video that's 4 hours long, but also two, going down a deep dive of every single lore, nook and cranny. Literally an Oscar. But with all that being said, I feel like Jessie should be in the writer's room and co-write this whole script for the movie, just because Jessie is a lore queen, knows every single nook and cranny about The Sims, does all the research. Like I'm telling you, the Oppenheimer of The Sims franchise. Go watch The Iceberg. It's very, very good. But for me, I would love to be in that movie, like a cameo, the random yellow guy somewhere in the background, talking to Nancy Landgraf, or even Bob Pancakes. I don't really know. I just want to be involved in some type of way. But with all that being said, I'm going to go into the game and show you all the build in real time because I did cut out a few things as per usual with all these speed builds because normally they would be like 3 hours long and I don't have enough to talk about in 3 hours. Normally I do, but sometimes I don't. But let's go into the game and show you all the build in real time. I have to say, looking at this build, I'm quite shocked at myself because I could not build this alone. I had y'all's help on stream for multiple days building this because my 2 little brain cells would not build this. I would build suburban houses, random small houses, but nothing like this, especially in Mt.Komorebi, a world that I don't travel to that often or build in. But I'm also using items and things that I normally would not use all the time. And since I did use the for rent pack with this build, I did separate these 2 buildings so they're one or the other. And so with the for rent pack, you have one house over here and then one house over here. There are really no community spaces besides I guess it's a back area for this home. But without the for rent pack, it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. However, there is a Murphy bed down in the basement. So in a way, 4 bedrooms, 2-bathroom, but you kind of get the idea of what I was trying to go for. But on this side over here is where Nicholas and Lacey live. And then over here is where Alana and her special friend sleep over here. But for this whole lot in general, I did not kind of give a full backstory, but the original owners were named Harrison and Jasmine Bowen, and they lived here for a very long time in the late 70s. They, lived here for a while until Nicholas was like, I need a place to stay. They said, stay here, own this lot, rent it out to whoever you want to, make some money, have fun. And so Jasmine and Harrison knew Nicholas for a very long time, helped him with some legal things with unpaid bills and other nonsense. But I wanted to make sure I had captured the, secondhand thrift store vibe in their home. And so all of their furniture and random bits and bobs are from things from Sam Shuno, from the flea market, or from other Sims or trash dumps or whatever they could find on hand or made themselves. And so over here is their foyer area with all of their furniture, with their clothes, their shoes, and a bunch of their skiing equipment, some magazines, some shoes, a little space heater. I did add a bunch of cracks and holes on the wall and the floor and smudges and moss type of things from other packs like vampires or from the werewolf pack to kind of get that abandoned, scratched up vibe. And I didn't want to make this whole building too cluttered, but cluttered with a purpose. So their kitchen's kind of meh, not a lot going on in here, but they do have an antenna TV. They have their space saver oven over here, their fridge. They have no sink because they don't have one, but eventually they'll add one of these days. Here is their living room with their nice little fancy fireplace. And here is Nicholas's work area where they do all of their woodworking and washing their laundry. And then upstairs is Lacey's bedroom over here. I wanted to give it more of a grown-up type of almost teenager vibe because Lacey is 9 years old, but a social butterfly and just loves pretty much anything and everything. She loves animals. She loves music. She's a very smarty pants. I didn't give her too many things, but this is actually Lacey right here that I took a photo of her in the kitchen on her first day in the new home. But that's Lacey. She's very cute and adorable. And I'm pretty sure I have some photos that I'll eventually add to the community tab or have a whole video kind of explaining more of their backstory. But that's her room. And then over here is Nicholas's bedroom. It is quite small, not a lot going on in here. We have the cheapest dirty double bed from Eco Lifestyle, and his room is like pretty quite cluttered. He's a laid off lawyer, part-time, landlord, full-time dad, and does part-time gigs here and there where he can get some quick cash for the time being. And then we have some little graffiti on the wall. This is their bathroom. And then this is like their hallway upstairs area where Lacey can do like her homework, chit chat with her friends, just have some fun away from like the hustle and bustle of living in her bedroom, but also going to school all the time. And I'm thinking of having Lacey join the Scout after school activity career that we got with Seasons. And so I have one of these Scout badge boards over here just for later down the line if she decides to do that as a child or as a teenager. But this is their home, the Berman family, and that's that. And then over here is where Alana lives. Now, her home is technically based around what Nicholas could grab at a dime from his other, life savings that he had for like a little chump change, like 5,000 simoleons, and then secondhand thrift store stuff that he could find. And so he found like this mirror, a little shoe rack. He also has a sign saying, "Take your shoes off when you walk in," because he cannot afford a cleaner because he broke. So we have that. We also have some postcards for a bulletin board that Alana has put on here because she travels a lot, sees a lot of people, and like making friends here and there. And one of her friends that she has downstairs in the basement is actually from Windenburg. And so the friend that lives down here with the Murphy bed, and also they have their own little TV, a bunch of posters, board games, and random bits and bobs. It's not the cleanest, it's not the nicest, but it gets the job done. You have a little roof over your head, you've got a bed to sleep in, maybe deadly, but it is what it is, and you might do it again. But then over here we have her living room / dining room, and then we have the kitchen, which is a lot better than Nicholas's and Lacey's kitchen. But, we wanted to provide some good stuff for the whole fam who might live here. So that way they wouldn't do a tenant rival or complain or have some type of like fire in their own home. So we gave them everything that they needed and more some. Alana does have a little pet, so we added a pet bowl. And then upstairs is where Alana sleeps in her bedroom. And since she's still in high school and a teenager, I didn't want to add too many things, but gave her some stuff to move around, grow, add, do whatever she wants to do. Kind of giving her that freedom of being an adult without being an adult. But teens can live by themselves in The Sims 4 if you did not know, because they're considered adults anyway. They're all the same height. So why not live by yourself, but still pay your bills on time, or I will kick you out. But then over here we have their bathroom, and then of course Alana's office, and where Alana's dog sleeps over here. But the whole home within itself is quite grand. It's very eco-friendly. I wanted to make sure that I added everything that I wanted for Nicholas, Lacey, and Alana to thrive and grow, but eventually expand if they needed to, if Alana moves out and Nicholas wants to expand on to the second property to add maybe a secondary level or another basement or expand onto the basement. I don't know. But with all that being said, the home is on the gallery. If you all want to download it, it's under my gallery ID, which is just SpringSims. I will link it down below in the description for all that fun jazz. But as always, I do hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below of what you thought of this build, especially your thoughts on the Sims movie being produced by Margot Robbie, who made the Barbie movie and was Barbie herself. I have ideas. I have thoughts. I need more information. But as always, I hope you all enjoyed it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!